Hey folks, and welcome to the Truck King YouTube channel. I would say easily 90% of the trucks you see here on the channel are crew cabs, and that mirrors what we see on the roads. Everybody is buying crew cabs today, and that's what makes this truck so special. That's the 2022 Toyota Tundra Limited Double Cab, and in this video we're going to review it and ask, is a double cab enough truck?
All right, folks, so this is the double cab Tundra, and you know what we're going to do? We're going to see if Steve can fit back here.
Yes, we absolutely have to start with does Steve fit, because this is really the big deal going for the double cab. You're giving up all the space here in the back seat. Before I climb in, the numbers. This is 33.3 inches of rear seat legroom. If you go for the crew cab, the rear passengers are going to get just over 41 inches of legroom. So it is a considerable difference. And now let me climb in. And while I climb in, I'll tell you this seat is set up for me to be comfortable. Now I'm a little tight up there too, but I am comfy. Now let me climb in here. So, it's not bad. I do stand at 6'2", and I am right here on the roof. If we didn't have the sunroof up here, it might be a little bit better. But I would say I just fit. Yes, I am snug, but I could probably ride back here for an hour or two and be okay. You're not going to be that comfortable, but it is just enough for a full-size adult. While I'm back here too, I also have 2 USB plugs and a 3-prong plug down here in the center, plus a couple of cup holders. And now let's see how I climb out of here. I do have to note this gets a little lower here on the pillar, so I do got to duck my head under. So there you go. Now you can see it. I fit okay. I think the bigger question is, how do my monster baby seats fit? Let me go grab them and we'll find out. Now let's go over the other features here in the back seat. So first, let me tell you that the bottoms here come up and the backs go down. If you flip those up, you do get a nice amount of storage here under the sheets, under the seats, and you also get these little plastic dividers, which you can move around. That is always handy. Pull the strap here, and that pops down. Now I mentioned the backs also fold forward, and I love this because this truck has basically standard top tethers for your forward-facing car seats. They're right here in the back of the seat. A lot of the trucks that I've used, they have redirect loops that you gotta loop your tether through to another loop. They're very confusing and annoying. None of that here in the Toyota. You get 1, 2, 3 top tethers, super easy to use, and then you get 1, 2 latch positions down below. And I'm gonna install one of my seats right now. Let me grab it. So this is my Graco Extend to Fit Platinum, and it's still rear facing, so I don't need to use those top tethers. All I need to do is use my latch system. And here's what I want to show you. The front seat right now is pushed all the way forward, so it is totally out of the way. Once I get this in here, we level it. Don't go crazy on me, internet warriors. I'm not going to totally tighten the seat, but I'm not going to drive with it like this either. But now you can see it's in there. That's where it would sit. Now I want to show you how I fit in the front seat with this back here. So I move up here. I do have to move the seat back. We go by the sheet of paper rule, meaning that a sheet of paper should fit between the seat and the car seat. They should not be touching, which means right about there. And then I go ahead and climb in. And once again, I have just enough knee room here. If that seat wasn't back there, of course, I'd be way further back. So yes, having big car seats means that the adult in the front is also going to need to compensate by moving further forward. But I do think the point I want to get across here is, although everything's been a little squishy and tight, I fit in here, and the baby seats do fit. So if you need this truck for your family, you know it will work in a pinch. So after seeing all that, you might be asking, well, why should I live with this double cab over a crew cab? And there are 2 big reasons. First of all, price. This is going to be more affordable. Here in Canada, it's a $2,000 option, jumping from a double up to a crew, so you'll save a couple of bucks. But I think truly the biggest reason is on the double cab Tundra, you can still get an 8-foot bed. Now, this is not an 8-foot bed we have here today, but you can get one. So if you want that long bed and a decent cab, that's going to be your only option. Plus, that long bed version double cab, it's going to be an excellent choice for towing because of that wheelbase. So those are the reasons why you really might have to go for the double cab. The double cab really has been the focus on this video, but we can't forget about the other big specs like the powertrain. So in this new Tundra, we have a 3.5-liter twin turbo V6. It makes 389 horsepower, 479 pound-feet of torque, and that is sent through a 10-speed automatic transmission. Now you know what, we've talked enough. Let's go for a drive in this Tundra and let's see how all 3 Elmers fit in a double cab. Now here we are driving in this Tundra. So I'm gonna ask Matt how comfortable he is, but first let me tell you that it doesn't matter whether you get a double cab or a crew cab, the front seat passengers are getting 41 inches of legroom. So it doesn't change up here, you know, based on which cab you get in the back. But of course, Matt, you're suffering because we got the double cab. So are you suffering, I guess is the question. How are you doing back there?
At the moment I'm not, and I guess I would ask, are you comfortable to start with?
My knees are,
where you would ride?
My knees are just in the dash, so no, I am pushed further forward than I would like to.
I have, when I sit here perfectly straight up and down, I have a hand's width between my knee and the back of your seat. So I could give you another 2 centimeters, but overall, I'm not too bad squished in here, and I stand at just 6 foot. So this is not a bad back seat for me.
Okay.
Any bigger, any taller than this, I think you'd be not having the greatest drive.
Yeah, well, I think we've arrived at the point, which is to say the double cab is enough for an adult. Not roomy, but we're also not going to sit here and say don't buy it if you have to put an adult back there. So now the next thing we have to talk about just how the truck is driving. So I've said this, it's a double cab limited. And the limited in the Tundra lineup, we are right in the smack dab middle of the trim walk. Which also means that we don't get the fancy suspension upgrades that you get on a TRD Off-Road or a TRD Pro. You could pretty much call this the standard Tundra suspension. No airbags in the back either. So now I'll toss it over to you. You're driving. What do you feel? And I should also preface it by saying we just towed with this truck. If you haven't seen that video, it's here on the channel. We compared it to a Silverado. So with the towing test in mind, Dad, how does it feel empty?
This truck has a new frame, fully boxed. Mike Sweers, the chief engineer, spent a lot of time talking to us about the fact that he knew it was going to be very stiff, and they worked very hard to take that stiffness out. They succeeded somewhat. The rebound in this truck is what you feel, and the right word to use here is the rebound is very sharp. It's pronounced, more so than some other trucks that run over rough ground, and it feels more muted. So that is the key thing here, is that it's better than last gen. However, they've struggled because of that fully boxed frame.
And I guess the other thing, we said this in the last video too, these are not huge, massive, pronounced differences. We are kind of splitting hairs, we're getting into the minute kind of details, but you have to, because so many half tons these days are quite similar. So you gotta find those differences, and yeah, what they're identifying is absolutely true from this seat too. This Tundra just seems to communicate everything that's going on the road through to its passengers. The other big advancement with this new 2022 Tundra is much better fuel economy. That old V8 was quite thirsty, and that's one of the big reasons they went to this twin turbo V6. Of course, there's also the hybrid. That is just coming online basically right now, but there's no hybrids out there yet. We do not have the hybrid here today, and we're shooting at my house, and Dad's got to drive back to his house after, about 100 kilometers away. So when he heads home, he will do a long-range fuel economy test, and we'll drop the numbers in for you guys right here. Well, folks, we are coming to the end of this video. So what's the verdict here on the double cab? Well, we did prove that an adult and a child seat can fit back there. Of course, the crew cab is going to be much more comfortable though. So why would you get the double cab? It's all about that 8-foot bed. If you want to get the Tundra that is going to have, you know, maximum cargo space and ability and towing ability, you're going to want that double cab 8-foot bed. And if you get it, it's good to know you can shove a full-size adult back there. Well, that's it for this one. Of course, now we want to hear your thoughts. Go below, let us know what you think of the new Tundra and the double cab here. As always, while you're down there, don't forget to hit like, hit subscribe, hit join to become a member, and then come right back here to Trucking to see what we're testing next. See ya.
So long.
Okay, Dad, the shoot's done. You said it's time to get donuts. Are we going to get donuts?
Yeah, kinda.
Okay, well, go get me some donuts. I'm ready.
Donut enough for you?
Well, I can't eat those donuts.
That's all you get.